me Farhan's language story.
Okay, let me start from my childhood. My name is Farhan. I was born in Dhaka, Bangladesh, and the language of Bangladesh is Bengali. And then I moved to Chittagong, that's the port city of Bangladesh. My schooling was there. My primary schooling was there.
You mean your elementary?
My elementary was there, and they have a dialect that is Chittagonian. So that's a totally different from Bengali. But officially in my school, the language was Bengali, but all my friends they were speaking in Chittagonian. So I picked up a Chittagonian from them. So at that time, so I knew obviously Bangla and Chittagonian. Chittagonian is only spoken language.
So it's different from Bangla.
It is a totally different from Bangla. It's a different language, but only spoken, no written. Then after my high school, I moved back to Dhaka, and one of my cousins like married a German. His name is Joseph. So Joseph's mom came to Bangladesh to visit. Joseph's mom cannot speak anything else but German. So when she was visiting Bangladesh, nobody could like talk to her, since she is only speaking German. So I felt like sorry for her, and I thought, you know what, I should just learn some German just to like talk to her. So after she left, I went to the German Cultural Center in Dhaka, Goethe Institute, and I took 2 semesters of German class. So by the end of the 2 semester, I was pretty much fluent in German.
So you could carry a conversation?
Yes, I could carry a conversation in German. So when the next time Joseph's mom like visited Dhaka, I was just talking to her all the time. I was the translator for her. That was a very good time. So that's a good feeling that nobody else can speak to her, only I can speak to her. So that was like very nice. So then I went to visit India. That's a neighboring country of Bangladesh. Their language is Hindi. That's different than Bangla. So for the root of Hindi is from Sanskrit, and the root from Bangla is from Sanskrit too. So the root was the same, but it is two different language. So I watched few Hindi movies in Dhaka, so I knew a little bit of Hindi, but I never spoke Hindi, since in Bangladesh nobody speaks Hindi. When I went to India, everybody speaking Hindi, and I picked up Hindi like very quickly. Since I was in India, I was among them, everybody speaking Hindi. I don't have to worry about making a mistake or anything. I could just try and just carry on the conversation in Hindi.
So you're fluent in Hindi now?
Yes, yes, I'm fluent in Hindi. And after that, when I came back and after my graduation, I went to Pakistan for my MBA. In Pakistan, their national language is Urdu. That is like similar to Hindi, but the root of Urdu is from Arabic and Farsi. So when I went to Pakistan, like since Bangla was like similar to Hindi and I knew Hindi, and Urdu is like similar to Hindi, and I was in Pakistan, everybody is speaking in Urdu, so I picked up Urdu very quickly. So I was speaking Urdu fluently in no time. But I was in Lahore, the that's the city I was in Pakistan. They had a dialect too. That's Punjabi, and that's totally different from Urdu.
So someone who speaks Urdu might not
They will
understand
not
Punjabi.
understand Punjabi.
So
Yes,
totally different.
it's a totally different spoken language.
Is it written?
No, it's
Okay.
only spoken. So then again, in my MBA class, everything was in English. So nobody was speaking officially. Nobody was speaking Punjabi. But again, all my friends and classmates were speaking in Punjabi. And when I'm with them, I picked up Punjabi very quickly. So I could carry on a conversation in Punjabi with them. So by that time, I knew Bangla, Chittagonian, German, Hindi, Urdu, and Punjabi, like 6 languages.
Wow.
So from Pakistan, I went to visit Iran, and in Iran they speak in Farsi. The Farsi is coming from Arabic, and I didn't know any Farsi, no idea about Farsi, and in Iran they could not speak anything else but Farsi. So all I was doing is pretty much the pointing and sign language and gestures. That's how I was getting by. So I had a funny story there. The hotel I was staying in. So I went outside the hotel to just walk around the surrounding, and I was walking and just looking around, and suddenly I realized I'm lost. I don't know where is the hotel. So and I then I I saw I had a business card of that hotel, and that's written in Farsi, so I cannot read that anyway. So I asked somebody, just
Pointing to the card.
pointing to the card, I want to go in this place. So that person gave me a long direction. I didn't have any idea what he said. But only I picked up just one word from that whole direction, and he said mustaqim. So that mustaqim, I knew that word. That's an Arabic word, and I have some affiliation with Arabic. I'm a Muslim. The holy book, the Quran, is written in Arabic. I can read Arabic. I don't understand much, but I can read, and my 5 times daily prayer is in Arabic. I pray in Arabic. I know the translation. I know the meaning of what I'm praying. So that mustaqim is one of the word in my prayer that says like straight path. God guide me in the straight path. So the mustaqim means that straight path. So when that person told me the mustaqim, so I realized, you know what? I know the meaning of mustaqim. That means the straight path. So that means maybe that person is telling me to go straight. So I started just walking straight, and finally I reached my hotel. So I won't say I know any Farsi, but that was the small exposure I got in Farsi. And Arabic, I know the basic hello, how are you, the basic conversation.
So you can carry a basic conversation.
Little bit, yes, to some extent. Like where are you from, where are you going? Yes, the basic part in Arabic I can carry out conversation. I can read the Arabic. I can like write with difficulties, but I can write Arabic. And so then I obviously afterwards I came to US, and US obviously I had to speak English.
But you have experience with English because of your elementary school.
Elementary school, yes, we were not like speaking in English. We were like learning the grammars and the basics of English. So I had some.
And your MBA lecture was in English, so you are familiar with
English. Right, yes. But this was the first time I was in a English speaking
Country.
country. So obviously that helped me to get more fluent in English.
So right now, let's go over it again. Chittagonian,
Bangla, Bangla, Chittagonian, German, Hindi, Urdu, Punjabi, little bit of Farsi, like some Arabic,
and then we have
and English. That's 9.
Mm.
I'll just add one more, and that's it for the day. So I work in sales. So if I'm working in San Antonio in sales, I had to know some Spanish. Otherwise, I will lose some sales, and that is not good.
But you didn't know Spanish before you
No,
worked
I
in.
didn't
You
know
had your own business.
any Spanish. No, I had no idea about any Spanish, but now I had to learn barely some Spanish so I can make a sale. That's all I know. I know the numbers. I can make a sale. That's all I know.
So of all the languages that you know, what is the language that you have lost or have not been able to maintain?
I would say the German. The German that I lost completely.
Why did you lose it?
There was no practice because I was only speaking German with Joseph's mom, and once I came back to US, no contact with her, and I didn't get any other like German friends or anybody else that I can practice. So that is completely lost.
Another thing I wanted to ask you was, you want our daughter to learn Bengali. Like, why is it so important for you to make sure that she knows your mother tongue?
Bengali is my mother tongue. That is like very dear to me. I have the passion for Bengali, and I don't want my next generation not know Bengali. I don't want that language to be lost. So I want her to just know Bengali and just continue the language in the next generation.
Thank you, Farhan, for sharing your language story with us.
You are very welcome.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hello, আমার নাম আলিয়া, আমার মামাকে এ দিও, thanks.